Hey guys, it's Kyra from KyraWilliamsFitness.com and happy Monday. So I was thinking over the weekend a bit about my Commit to Fit program and what I wanted to talk about in this video today. And I think it's really important to convey something. So last week we talked about how everything is completely individualized because you are an individual. And so I don't have any two clients on the same program, if you will. While it is a 12-week program, the content, like you're getting the same content as other women who are in the program. And we're in the same Facebook group communicating, and you're getting the same check-ins, but what you are doing as an individual isn't the same as what anybody else in the program is doing, and what your focus is completely different from what everybody else in the program is. So basically I just kind of created this as like a 12-week program because I like to have everybody kind of on the same pace. When prior to when I started Commit to Fit, I basically let people sign up and come and go as they pleased, and it was really unorganized. So that's why I changed it into a 12-week program. But anyhow, so you're getting like the same check-ins and everything, but everything that you do is completely individualized. And so we talked a lot about that last week, and that video is still, you can see that on my page, or if you want to see it, you can't find it, feel free to message me, I'll send it to you. But this week I really wanted to talk a little bit more about like how I progress through eating with people, because I just, if we have a bad relationship with our body, or we have a strained relationship with food, then going and having somebody, a health coach or a dietitian, or anybody in the fitness industry put together a plan for you, like macros, or just like, okay, at 7 a.m. eat this, at 10 a.m. eat this, at 1 p.m. eat this. If you don't have a great relationship with food, then none of that is going to last long term. And it's also about habits too. So let's say I get a brand new client and she comes to me, and I'm actually going to think about somebody who I'm working with right now in my head. And breakfast is oatmeal that has brown sugar and raisins, and a coffee from Starbucks on the way to work with syrup in it. And then a few hours later, it's lunchtime, and you have like a burrito from somewhere with chips. And then in the afternoon you crash and you have another Starbucks drink, or you have a soda. And then, get home and have like lasagna. And then munch on popcorn the rest of the night. So, and they're not working out. So I'm not going to say, okay, listen, for breakfast, I want you to have eggs with spinach. And then around 10, I want you to have a shake and an ounce of almonds and half an apple slices. And then at lunch, I want you to have ground turkey and spinach and onions and carrots and tomatoes and lettuce. And then at 3, 3, I want you to have this like ground chicken thing, or like chicken breast thing. And then I want you to work out 5 days a week. So that's not how that works, because that might last for a very short amount of time, but that person isn't in the habit of working out 5 days a week. They are not in the habit of meal prepping every Sunday. So they're not going to have all of those things to eat. They are in the habit of waking up, eating sugar, going to the drive-thru, then eating out at lunch, eating something that's sugary to get their blood sugar up because they crash every afternoon. That is what that person is in the habit of. So to have that person do a complete 180 like that, they're probably going to do a 360. So I don't do that with my clients. I take that person who they are clearly making a 45-second breakfast. So what can that person make in that same amount of time but isn't filled with sugar? Because the habit's already set of they make a 45-second breakfast. You know, they throw the oatmeal in the microwave, continue getting ready, grab it, run out the door, stop at the drive-thru on the way to work. Then what I would have that person do is you're still gonna make oatmeal, but instead of putting brown sugar or buying the packets that have it pre-made with brown sugar and raisins and all that, you're gonna get a plain one, and then you're gonna add your own berries, and you can add a little bit of agave for that sweetness. Totally cool. And then you're gonna still go through the drive-thru, but you're not gonna get the syrupy drink. You are going to get your iced coffee, and you're gonna get it with a little bit of cream in it. And then that lunch, that's not, you're still gonna be able to go out to eat. You're just gonna make better choices. So we do little tweaks for that person who has these habits of eating lots of sugar and eating things on the fly and not meal prepping. We're gonna build on what you're currently doing, so that way you're not just doing complete upheaval, because it's not going to last, right? Because what I want my clients to approach this as something that they're going to be able to do for the rest of their lives. This is not a diet. I'm not going to crash diet anybody. This takes a while, because we're building habits and we are weaning you off of sugar and things and we're creating a healthy relationship with food and body. So that would be, like somebody that's completely starting out is going to be on some kind of an arrangement like that. That person doesn't work out at all. All right, cool. We're gonna do 2 workouts a week, and we're gonna go for 1 walk a week, and then we build on that. And then, let's say there's a person who has been working out, pretty regularly, and they eat fairly well. But, they might not really like meal prepping. Let's say this person, has, been eating, they wake up and their breakfast is, a couple eggs on an English muffin, and then their lunch is something along the lines of like a burrito bowl, and then their afternoon snack is a piece of fruit and some Greek yogurt, and then at dinner, like, all hell breaks loose and they don't really have a game plan. They don't really meal prep. So that person is going to be doing something completely different, because we're not weaning that person off of sugar anymore. We're not creating new habits, for each individual meal. That person is already eating pretty well. So now our focus can be, okay, well, what goes on during your day that by the time you get home, all hell has broken loose? Are you skipping your afternoon snack and then you come home and you're absolutely starving? Are you not getting enough sleep? So we need to get you to bed earlier so that way you still have some energy to make a healthy dinner? Or is it simply because you're just not meal prepping and you really hate meal prepping? What else can we do? Can you get HelloFresh? Can you get a meal prep delivery so that way at night you're still making a healthy choice, but and you're not completely going overboard and making yourself feel like crap, and then also debilitating your relationship with your body, because after you eat all that junk at the end of the night, you're filled with regret and a sense of like, what did I do? How could I have possibly done that? And then you go back into, you wake up the next day in this cycle of like, how little can I eat? Because maybe you haven't eaten enough during the day, and that's why all hell breaks loose at night. So we look at that from the individual. We look at, all of the habits that lead up to and all of the emotions that lead up to the individual meal that you're eating, because those things need to be taken into consideration. We can't just go, okay, well, I'm going to eat 1,800 calories today and 40% of that is going to come from carbs, 30% for protein, 30% from fat. That's awesome if you can do that. But I've had so many people who have said, like, oh yeah, I do macros, but then like after 3 weeks, I'm just like, I just eat whatever I want. So first, what we do is that person needs to build the foundation, and they need help creating and nurturing their relationship with food. Then we are going to start by nurturing their relationship with food and educating them, so that way they understand, how to make the healthy choices, and then looking inward and asking themselves, like, how did this make me feel? What was I feeling leading up to that? And then subsequently, like, how did it make me feel after I ate that? What could I do to choose something that's better for me, that's going to make me feel better, and is also in alignment with my goals? Once we can create that base, once I've worked with somebody and I know that they're in a really solid, good place, they've got, they're making sound decisions. They are, feeling really good about themselves. They're really happy. They're heading in the right direction, and they've laid that foundation. Then at that point, we can start talking about those numbers and figures, because if you just keep bouncing back and forth, like on and off and on and off, like not, yo-yo dieting, yes, but like being good, and like then all of a sudden you don't even care anymore. We're going to get you to a point where you're eating well on a daily basis for a stretch of time. So it can't just be like, oh, I ate really great that week, can I have macros now? No, like, we are going to keep you going on this for an extended period of time, where you and I come to an agreement, like, okay, I feel really, really good, is what you're saying to me. Like, I feel really good. Like, I enjoy this. Like, I crave, having my vegetables at dinner every day. I don't want to go back to, going to Starbucks every single day. Like, I don't miss it. Okay, now we can start talking about, making sure that you're getting enough protein, talking about your calorie intake, talking about, if you want to start adding in like a little bit of fasting, or if you're saying like, I really just, I want to do an elimination diet to kind of figure out what's going on with my digestion, then we can start talking about those things. But first, we have to build that foundation and help you create that healthy relationship with food and your body, and making sound decisions, being educated. That has to come first, because it's the only way that we're going to get this to stick. And so that's what I do with my 12-week training program clients, is I do that with them. So this isn't just like you take a meal plan, you run with it. That is not what goes on. That is why this is coaching. So I think that's it. I think I got my point across. Health first, and health is mind and body. Then we can start really attacking things. And I bet you, and what always seems to happen anyway, is as we, create that healthy relationship with food and get you eating well, you're gonna start losing fat, and you're going to start having more energy, and you're gonna start building muscle, and you're gonna start looking better. You're gonna start feeling better anyway. So it's not like, okay, we have to like stop. We don't take any time outs. We're not stopping. You make progress, but we have to lay the foundation. So that way, when you do, the diet, when you do add in those, different styles of eating that might help you lose fat faster, we don't come off of it. We just stay on long term. So if you want to join, I accept 30 new clients per round. It's a very small group. Most of the clients, to be quite honest with you, I've got about 10 spots open, because I always have about 20 people who stick around from the last round. And those spots are already starting to fill up. So I've got probably about 10 spots open, and we'll start on July 5th. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or leave a comment, and I'm happy to answer there. So thanks for watching. I look forward to having you. Oh, by the way, it's commit2fitcoaching.com if you want to join. I'd love to have you.